Good morning, everybody. Tomorrow is the first day of school. Welcome back. Sixth graders, welcome to the Martinez Junior High School. If you're in my seventh grade class, welcome back to MJHS. And for some of you, I'm looking forward to seeing you again. That doesn't happen very much. I know people have a lot of questions about this school year and what it's going to be like. So I wanted to go up to the classroom and show you a few things and maybe help make your first few days just a little bit easier. All right, I'll see you upstairs. All right, I just got up to the classroom and I'm going to log in and show a couple things to you on the computer. The first thing I do every day is log into my Gmail, and then I hope desperately that there's no angry emails from parents. To your Gmail, your day will usually start by heading over to what's called the waffle grid, right over here, these 9 boxes, the Google Apps. Click on that. Find the app that looks like an old school chalkboard, Google Classroom. You really need to make sure you're able to log into the Google Meet with your class. So let's say you're in period 1 and you click on period 1. When that class opens, the link to Google Meet will be right there. You'll click on that and that will take you right into our meeting time. Every time that you're about to enter a meeting, you should always click microphone off before you join the meeting. Now, you might sometimes need camera off too. If you live in a really busy household or the computer is in a shared space where there's things going on behind you, little brothers and sisters popping in and out, parents walking by, that might be a good time to turn your camera off for a little while so it's not distracting to the rest of the students. As you can probably imagine, there's certain things that happen on camera that can make it a little bit distracting to the rest of the class. And they may have a hard time focusing on what the teacher's saying, depending on what you're doing on your screen. Just because you see something there in Google Classroom listed as an assignment doesn't mean you necessarily have to do it right away. We're probably going to go over those things in class and I'll tell you what to do then. You'll be able to see due dates there. You'll be able to see assignments. Sometimes you might start things early or finish them early if you know you've got scheduling issues later on. But generally speaking, you don't need to do anything ahead of time. One other resource other than Google Classroom we'll be using quite a bit is called Powerschool Learning, or PSL. If you go to your Google app, way down near the bottom to where it says Powerschool Learning and click on that. Not all teachers are going to have a Powerschool page, but your classes will be listed right over here. If you're in the 6th grade class, it'll look something like that. On Powerschool, at the top of the page over to the right, it talks about Remind text messages. Remind is my way of pushing out reminders, updates, changes, or general information you may need to know at the last minute. For instance, let's say I'm working from either home or school and I lose an internet connection or I can't run the Google Meet for some technical difficulty that could easily happen. What I would do is I would quickly send out a remind message to direct students to go to Google Classroom or give them instructions of what to do, and we'd be skipping the meeting that day. If you want to pause on this screen, you can, or you can just go to Powerschool Learning. To sign up, there's a code there for period 1, 2, 3, and 5. Those are my 6th grade classes. All you have to do is send that code to 81010 in a text message, and you're automatically signed up. If you're in the 7th grade class, again, you can find this right on Powerschool, or you can pause right now and enter that code and you'll be entered into my 6th period 7th grade remind messages. There's one other resource I wanted to tell you about today, although there'll be more, and that is the 6th and 7th grade textbooks. To access the textbooks, you would again go to the waffle grid or the Google Apps. Scroll down until you find TCI and click on that. When you go to the TCI button, many of you will have 2 different textbooks there, a science book and a History Alive textbook. For this class, you'd choose history. When you get into the text online, the best places to go are either to where it says content or text. Later on, some of you may decide you want to check out a book from the library, a hard copy, which is fine. It's almost word for word with what's online. The lesson numbers and page numbers don't necessarily line up though, so if you do use a hard copy of the book, that's fine. Just know most of the directions in class will be directions for using the electronic online version of the textbook. But if you're diligent, you'd be able to figure it out at home, like what pages line up and match up. We'll get into the textbook more next week, and we'll start explaining best practices. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I appreciate you taking the time to open up your email, check it out, make sure you're not missing anything, you're aware of what's going on. I'm looking forward to meeting you later this week. So for now, goodbye, and have a great Tuesday.